How do you become a morning person? Here's what I've found over the years. At some point I'll be forced to get up early. This resets my whacking sleeping pattern for a few days, then it'll go right back to more nocturnal hours. I think some of us are just wired to be more productive at nighttime. For whatever reason, maybe an evolutionary night watchman thing. Something to do with circadian rhythm. It's not necessarily a disorder as long as you get enough sleep, and over the years I've come to the conclusion I just prefer to be awake late and rise late. Set an earlier bedtime. Unless you're asking how to function on not enough sleep. Honestly, at some point, I just gave up. No matter how much I tried and I do fix my sleep, it will just revert to me waking up late after a few days. And this happens consistently. So, I just did the opposite of what I should have done and just changed my job to accommodate it lol. Not everyone's circadian rhythm is the same. Some people get better sleep at different times of the day or night, it's just that society hasn't been designed to accommodate those differences. It's especially common for neurodivergent folks to struggle with a standard sleep schedule. You can try finding work that's more flexible, but more than likely you'll just have to learn to deal with it. I just don't believe some of us are ever going to be morning people. No matter what I do or practice. I absolutely hate being awake before 10:30-11 I will be awake the rest of the day and all night until almost sunup before going back to sleep. It's my body's natural rhythm that I fall back into no matter what I'm doing. We are just all different. You don't. You're not the problem. Societal expectations to be a morning person are a problem. Is it something about me? It's something about you. It's genetic. Your circadian rhythm is tuned to be a night owl. At least if the following also applies. The late evening is when you feel the most active and are the most productive. You have no problem staying up long into the night even after a stressful day. Even if you are really tired, you have difficulty finding sleep if you go to bed early. Am I just lazy? Or can it be changed? You are not lazy. Night owls have the same number of hours asleep and awake, but at different times of the day. But for some reason society associates early rising with discipline and burning the midnight oil with laziness. You are not lazy, you are suffering from social jet lag. Or can it be changed? The jury is out on this. Some people manage to rearrange their circadian rhythm by setting the same times for rising and sleeping for every single day for several months. What works better is just make arrangements. Try talking to your boss, getting your work hours shifted to a later time. Because it helps with your work-life balance and you be more productive that way. Why do you want to change your sleep rhythm? Is there something you're missing in the morning? It's socially held that morning is a special sacred time. But it's really up to you to decide what the best time of your day is. The easiest answer is going to bed earlier and hoping you adjust smoothly. A better alarm clock helped me a lot. I am still a bit sluggish, but I don't despise mornings like I used to. I got a light alarm clock. It slowly brightens and becomes fully on when my wake up time is. I also set a sound of birds tweeting. It allows me to wake more gradually and not abruptly with more traditional alarms. Have a kid? Haha. Seriously though, search waking up early in Spotify and listen to some podcasts on the topic. Then try them. Adopt what works. Stop what doesn't. You can't become a morning person, but with standing up regularly at the same time, and with not sleeping for more than 1 year longer on weekends, you can get used to it. So even when you don't work, stand up at 9 a.m. You're not lazy. It is you. Yes, you can change. My experience, there are morning people and there are night people. Nothing is wrong with you. Typically, if you are a night person, you will feel what you feel now. If you change it, you probably will still feel hate for waking up early. I've worked and managed people on mornings, swings and nights. I personally am a night person and have never been able to change how I feel about getting up early. Many people are like this. Most jobs, because it's how our society operates, start in the morning. It's just how it is. Accepting it and learning to deal with it will help you live a less hate-filled life. If you're not meant to be a morning person, it's really difficult. I've always been kind of an early bird. I love early mornings with my coffee and total silence and peace. My job requires me to be up at 3 a.m. most days. I work in healthcare, so I've just gotten used to it. My friends call me an old lady because I go to bed at 6 or 7, but if I don't, I'm literally dead the next day. Consider adding some morning activities you enjoy, like stretching or having a favorite breakfast, to make getting up more appealing. Avoid caffeine in the afternoon and evening. Don't drink alcohol to make yourself sleepy. You might fall asleep, but the quality of the sleep won't be good. If you start going to bed earlier, you'll get used to it. Just make sure that you don't just lie in bed after you wake up in the morning. Get up and start your day. It's going to suck for a while, but you'll change your body clock. You might not have an early chronotype. You just are. I just get sleepy around 21, that's 9 p.m. for you peasants, so 8-10 HRS of sleep gets me to wake up in the morning. I could never ever fathom waking up before 8 a.m. And then when I graduated high school I took a job that starts at 7 a.m., 45 minutes away from work. At first I hated it, but right now it's 5:07 a.m. I've been up for an hour, and I went to bed at 8:30 p.m. last night. Once you fix your sleep schedule, you'll think, wow, I really wasted half of my day every day. I had to do it for work, and it does take time. But basically I had to try and go to bed earlier, even if I didn't sleep right away, at least try to. And set my alarm for the early wake-ups. Eventually I did start actually being able to go to bed earlier, and waking up early became easier and easier each time. Is it natural to rise at 5 a.m. regardless of reason? I have been doing it since I was a child, getting up to watch cartoons. At 65, I still get up at that hour. No cartoons though.